Hello there, this is AJ coming back with a video response to Army of One 4340's question about using Automator actions to improve her DJ workflow life. Using Automator is a gift and a curse. It's a gift because it can really make your life better, and it's a curse because if it can't make your life better, it will make your life hell trying to think of reasons to make your life better, if that makes sense. So the first question I would have for you is about your DJ program. One is, does it create Automator actions automatically, or at least Automator events automatically, like the ability to import into it? Let's open up Automator here. I assume this answer is a no, because of the fact that it would make your life so easy you probably wouldn't even have to ask this question. If you look at here, I have Microsoft Word items here, and only by having Office were these actions put in here. And the question is does your DJ software do that? If it does not, I'm afraid that I don't know how to program scripts, and there may be a script that can be programmed to force this kind of thing to happen. But what I would suggest is considering to let Automator copy down some keystrokes that you would use to get this done, and let the keystrokes do the work for you. Now, to go into the very quick recap of Automator, a workflow is a set of actions that is done from within Automator when you click it. An application does it with Automator kind of in the background and just comes out as a little icon somewhere that when you double click it, it basically runs these actions. A service is actually where I think you need to be, and I'll tell you why I don't think folder action is the right way to go. Service, every program in a Mac has a services menu, and it's in this menu that you can add your own custom little conditions to basically Automator workflows could occur by clicking these different things that you put in your services menu. And you can put down whether or not you want this to be through every program on your Mac or just in one particular program's service menu. That's where I think you may want to be. Your other possibility is to do a folder action, which means that if you drop a file into the folder, whatever you need to have executed will then execute, and a bunch of actions will then occur. Folder action I don't agree with, because you are going to need to use some mouse and keyboard capturing to do what I think you need to do, and you basically want the folder to already be on top and highlighted and active. And if you run a folder action, you just may drop something into it, but it may not make that program the active program. Basically, if I open up 3 or 4 windows automatically, I want to make sure that the actions are on this window, because this is the window that's active, where these 2 windows underneath it are not active. So hopefully that makes sense. If you create a service, it's going to first ask you what kind of item needs to be selected in order to run this workflow. And it's basically asking, what's the input? Well, is it text? Is it a URL? Is it an address, a phone number, a date, an email address? Well, for you, it is an audio file, right? And in any application, we're going to say in Finder, because we are starting off by having them in this new tracks folder here. So you're downloading or ripping new tracks, and they're going there, and you want the menu to be popped up in here. So audio files in Finder, because the folder is part of Finder, and you want it then to do the following actions. So if you could import right into that program, you would just put that right there, and that would be your first action. But unfortunately, it's probably not going to work that way. So think about doing this action here. See if you can get somewhere with it. It's the Watch Me Do action. It's basically a keyboard and mouse capturing program that when we hit record, we will then it will just basically copy what we're doing. So we will know that this folder is already open, right? Because we're going to hit the the services menu, and we're going to click this thing, and then boom, everything in here is going to happen. So you're going to be set up like this, and let's put a movie file in here for now, just for explanation's sake. We would then record, right? And now we're recording. Now, this folder is active, so if we hit Control A, we have now selected this item, and it will select everything in here. We can then therefore take and grab everything in there and drop it, for example, into any one of these files. So if you have your program open down here, you should probably be able to just drop it on there and it should pop into your file. Just like I can drop it in there and I can make the file. I should be able to make the file go in there. There it goes. So that's a possibility in itself. And if that automatically imports your files into the program, that might be what you need to do. And then you may actually have to go to the program and hit the button or hit enter or whatever keystroke you have to do to therefore make sure it processes all the files. And then when they're processed, you may be able to hit Command A, which selects everything, and then you may be able to actually physically drag them back to that folder or copy them back into the folder. If you have a menu setting to do it, then you just basically click the menu and then use your keys to go across like this and go down and pick what you want to do and hit the button, and that will record everything. So when the programmer doesn't really create actions to make your life easier by using Automator, you have to either rely on scripts to do it, other people who are really good programmers who can program their own Automator actions and put them inside Automator for you, or you have to try to do some keyboard or mouse capturing to see if you can finagle your way through the software using your keyboard or mouse minimally to get the same job done. It's probably not the answer you wanted to hear, but hopefully it's an answer that helps. Well, take care and thanks for watching.